welcome to the last episode of the series Extraction Special. And in this episode, I will deal with the Planck's equations and the Planck's distribution in black body radiation. By the Planck, he is also the founder of the quantum mechanics, which also leads to the formation of the theories in photoelectric effect, atomic spectra, and with the black body radiation. Yes. So, is Planck a genius or a coward? Because what he did was pretty amazing. Let's get into it. At first sight, Planck didn't predominantly think of quantum mechanics. Instead, he goes from a thermodynamical view, because the thermodynamics is a topic which has no proof and can be manipulated, interpreted in many forms, and yet you get a correct answer and proper understanding of the nature. He assumed that the energy emitted by the oscillator is discrete. The oscillator could emit energy in a discrete packets and of a fixed energy level. The energy level are so fixed that we can't change. The intensity of the energy may varies because the bands crossing per unit time, per unit area may be different, because the emission may not be constant throughout the radiation. So by default, what would happen? He assumed that energy is always equal to integral multiple of h into nu. First of all, he connected energy is directly proportional to the frequency emitted, because he observes that when the body is heated, at first it glows red, then glows yellow, then goes to somewhat green, and at last when it is emitting the highest intensity of which it emits the color blue. Therefore, by increasing the energy density or the energy emitted per unit area at that time through the body, he manipulated that the increase in temperature may varies, so the increase in frequency. And then there is need of constant. What he did then? He proportionate energy equal to h into nu. Here h is the Planck's constant, where the current acceptable value of h is 6.626 in 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second. Then he derived some of the equations. Previously we have learned the Rayleigh-Jeans law. The equation of Rayleigh-Jeans law was delta E equal to rho into delta lambda, where rho is equal to 8 pi kt divided by lambda raised to 4. So the energy density is directly proportional to the fourth power of the emitted wavelength. But here he assumed it is directly proportional to the frequency, therefore inversely proportional to the first power of the wavelength. But he manipulated it in some form. For example, he manipulated the same equation. He just manipulated the value of rho. He stated just the same, delta E equal to rho into delta lambda. But here the value of rho was 8 pi hc divided by lambda raised to 5 into e raised to hc divided by lambda kt whole minus 1 bracket close. Here he just added an extra term of e raised to hc by lambda kt, and also added two extra terms in the numerator, that is h and c, and also the fifth power, one power more than that. He did it intentionally. That's how I said. Was he a genius or a coward? Let's see his genius, but after that we will see the coward. So why? It looks similar but has some tweaks in it, and the tweaks are excellent. It is, I don't coincidental, but many things that it is. So I am not sure, but these lines are just a piece of art in the theory of quantum mechanics. So for the higher wavelength, as the lambda tends to infinity, the value in the denominator e raised to hc by lambda kt, here lambda tends to infinity, therefore hc by lambda kt is very less than 1. For the powers of e very less than 1, e raised to n reduced to 1 minus n, and just other terms. So the e raised to hc by lambda kt minus 1 reduces to 1 minus hc by lambda kt and some terms whole minus 1. The first one and the last one cancels and the only term remains is the e raised to lambda e raised to hc by lambda kt minus 1 equal to hc by lambda kt. It didn't end here also. When we substitute the value of e raised to hc by lambda kt minus 1 in the previous equation of rho, that is 8 pi hc divided by lambda raised to 5 into e raised to hc divided by lambda kt minus 1, we get this value rho equal to 8 pi kt divided by lambda raised to 4. The same value of rho as in the Rayleigh-Jeans law. This is just not a matter of coincidence, because instead we assume there is a different value and the different behavior of graph at different level of time given by different physicists in different theories and different coordination, yet the answer was same. Therefore the Rayleigh-Jeans law was not a failure, but it's a very great mistake, and therefore my previous thumbnail was what a mistake. So now carrying away the same equations, but what for the higher values. As you observed in my previous video, I will link down in description if I could. It is observed that the value of rho when increased with the wavelength remains at the 0 bottom level, but when it decreases tends to 0, the energy distribution tends to infinity. And yes, according to that there should be no darkness. Then how could Planck manage to come out of that? It's again the term e raised to hc by lambda kt minus 1 which saves the good for us. So when the lambda tends to 0, the e raised to hc divided by lambda kt minus 1, in that equation the hc by lambda kt is very greater than 1. Therefore e raised to hc divided by lambda kt minus 1 tends to infinity, but faster than lambda raised to 5 tends to 0. Why? Because it is an exponential term, but it is a base term. That is a matter of higher mathematics, and by observing the graph you will get to know the difference between them and how they observe. So for this time please manage. So by which the numerator is very small and denominator is very large. Therefore again when lambda tends to 0, the value of rho again tends to 0, and therefore also at the lower wavelength the value of delta E tends to 0, and therefore we get a graph like this. That's the genius of Max Planck. But yet it's not over again. As I say, why cover? Planck, Mr. Planck. Okay.